You know the other thing Jesus wasn't that worried about? A sinner crying on his feet. He just wasn't that worried about it. But you know what religious people are worried about? Everybody else's sin. All upset. If he only knew who that was. If he only knew, oh boy, this guy's a, right? Jesus, I like it. Jesus, Jesus says, Simon, I have something to tell you. Tell me, teacher. Jesus says, let's talk about story time. The guy said, okay. 2 men owed money to a certain moneylender. One owed him 500 denarii, the other 50. One owes him 500 grand, the other 50 grand, all right? Neither of them have the money to pay. So he canceled the debt of both. Now, which of them will love him more? Simon? Well, I suppose the guy who got the bigger debt paid. Jesus goes, what? Bingo. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. You have judged correctly. Then he turned towards the woman and said to Simon, do you see this woman? I've come into your house, and you didn't give me any water for my feet, but she wet my feet with her tears, wiped them with her hair. You didn't give me a kiss, but this woman from the time I entered has not stopped kissing my feet. You didn't put oil on my head, but she has put perfume on my feet. Therefore, I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven, for she has loved much. But he who has forgiven little loves little. Your sins are forgiven to the woman. Why are we so worried about everyone else's sin? Why should we kick her out of the house for crying and putting tears on the feet of Jesus? Why do people go on TV and radio and bash other people because of what the sinners are doing? Why are we so worried? What's our problem? Oh, because we don't have any sin? Okay, let's start there. So Jesus was a carpenter, right? And Jesus had stories like this. Like, have you ever seen a guy with sawdust in his eye? Right? So he would be a carpenter, so he would be familiar with that. Like, oh, that's irritating. You ever get something in your eye? You're just like, oh, darn it. Right? You ever get something in your eye? Really frustrating when you get something in your eye. Jesus said, be careful when you're trying to get the sawdust out of somebody else's eye and you got a 2x4 sticking out of your own eye. Let me get it there. Let me get it. Hold still. Hold still. No, hold still. Let me get it. No, let me get it. And we're bloodying everybody with our 2x4, right? What's the point? Jesus said, really worry. Whose sin do you need to worry about? Whose sin? I need to worry about mine. That's the only sin I need to worry about. Unless you're a parent, and at some point you need to give that up. But anyway, just saying. That's it. Jesus said, that's the only sin you need to worry about.